everybody, it's Ariel from Keys to My Life, and we're back with week 2 of our Disney College Program series. This is my husband, Nick. This week we're going to be talking about the application itself and the application process for the Disney College Program. The application is online. If you go to DisneyCollegeProgram.com, on the right hand side, about halfway up or so, there's a big green button that says Apply Now. If you click this button, it'll actually take you to a page that gives you a listing of like what would be job listings. It'll only list the Disney College Program opening. However, there's only specific times that is open. For the fall programs, applications open beginning of February and are open until about mid-April or so. And then for the spring program, applications open about the end of August and are open until about November. When the applications go up, that link will bring you to a page where it says Disney College Program. It has the job listing, lists all the basic requirements that we mentioned in our last video, and then you click that and it takes you to the actual application.
All right, and when we first were applying this time around, we were, sitting in front of our computers early in the morning, because we knew it was going to go up at some point. And as soon as it came up, we immediately rushed into it, and we did the applications immediately. And that allowed us to actually get a good phone interview time slot, and allowed us to go through the web interview rather quickly. Only problem with that is it really doesn't matter when you do your application, aside from your phone interview slot. It does not necessarily mean you're going to get your acceptance denial faster than anyone else. It's mixed up based on role and a whole bunch of other things.
Okay, so when you bring up the application, there's a couple of things that you'll want to have on hand. You are going to want to have all information about your college. And if your college has any requirements that they need for Disney, have that on hand as well. Past work history.
Basically your resume.
Yeah, basically your resume. And then all basic information about you. When you bring up the application, it's going to ask you for basic information. So your name, date of birth, social security number, address, phone number, email, everything they can use to contact you. When you go past that, it's going to move into college information. Because the basic requirement is that you are enrolled or have been graduated in the last 6 months, the application can actually kick you out if you do not fill this out correctly. You need to make sure that you fill out your college correctly, full name of the college, what your current degree is. It will ask your current degree, and what your major is. And I believe it'll ask current graduation date, although I could be wrong about that, or expected graduation date. If you do not fill this out correctly or fully, it will deny you and you cannot reapply for 6 months. So that's the big thing that you can get kicked out of the application for. That's really the only thing you can get kicked out of the application for. The application's not that hard. So once you get past that, it's going to ask you a couple more basic things that I can't think of off the top. Oh, job history. Like I said, it'll go through your 3 most recent jobs. Keep in mind, it only asks your 3 most recent. It does not ask for anything else. One thing that I had the issue with this time is my 3 most recent jobs do not include my past Disney College Program. So during my phone interview, when I mentioned that, the phone interviewer did not know that I had done a previous program because it wasn't listed in my past 3 jobs. That's not necessarily a problem, but keep in mind, if you have something that would particularly help you get a certain role or get into the program that's not in your past 3 jobs, be sure to remember that so you can mention it during your phone interview. When you get through the application, typically you will get a confirmation email saying either that you are being considered for a role and they'll contact you shortly, or your next email is going to be the one scheduling you or getting you ready to do your web-based interview. We decided that we are actually going to do the web-based interview and the phone interview in one video next week, because there are some similarities between the 2 of them, even though they are very different. And that way, if you guys have any questions about either the phone interview or the web-based interview, you can let us know before next week. Especially the phone interview, people panic about that way more than they should. It's definitely important. It is the most important part of the application process, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that it's not very doable to be ready for it. So if you have any questions about that, leave us comments. Leave me a comment on my blog, leave me a comment on here, or my email is listed on my blog, I believe also on my profile here on YouTube. So if you have any questions before next week, send them our way. And the application process, it's pretty straightforward. It's not that hard. Just make sure that you do have all of your information ready and that you do fill out that college information correctly. And then it'll send you on to the web-based interview, and you'll be about a third of the way through your application process.
Mm-hmm.
So as we mentioned, next week is going to be about the web-based interview and the phone interview. The week after that will be the last week before we go to our check-in. That week is going to be about the process between your phone interview and then what happens if you get accepted or denied, and then the process if you get accepted up to check-in. So basically where we're at right now. Because there is some stuff that you have to do before check-in, between getting accepted and check-in. So we're going to kind of go over those. And then the week after that, I will start the weekly vlogs about our experience. That first vlog will come out on the 8th, and it's going to include pieces for our check-in day, possibly pieces from traditions. I'm not sure if I can do any filming in traditions. I don't think I can, but I'll at least talk about traditions. There's only certain things I can talk about in traditions due to confidentiality within the company, but there is some things that we will talk about for traditions, as well as classroom training, and if we start it, on-the-job training. And I don't know how soon we're going to be doing the apartment tour. That may not be till the week after, and it may be a separate video in itself. But we will be doing an apartment tour once we have everything settled, which I'm actually really excited for, because I didn't do an apartment tour in California, and I know that people really like apartment tours for Florida because there is 4 different complexes. It's nice to kind of see all the differences.
It's probably really nice.
I am excited for it.
Awesome.
So that's what's going to be coming on this channel in the next couple of weeks, as well as on the blog. So if you're watching this on my channel, please go ahead and click through on my blog. The link is down in the description. I do talk about more than just Disney on my blog, but Disney is one of my big topics that I talk about. So if you're interested in learning more about me and the program, go ahead and check that out. And if you're watching this on my blog, go ahead and click through to my channel to see past videos I've done. I have talked about the college program. The first program I was in, I did a couple of videos. Didn't finish the series, but I did do a couple of videos, and I have done some previous videos videos previous to this one. So that's all we have for this video today. Like I said, leave us comments if you have any questions or anything you want to see in future videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye.